And Big Larry came out just to put him down. SpongeBob turned into a clown. And no girl ever wants to dance like a fool who went and ripped his pants. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I just have to send something here real quick. I have to, and I do have a couple of announcements. Sorry, one second. About to tell people new goals for daCAT. What do we have here? VeVe CEO featured in TechRound, OMI, Definity, DMC, daCAT, Shiro news. So we have a couple of things that we're doing here. One of which is, well, obviously, for those that missed it yesterday, Delorean Labs is a new sponsor of the channel. I'll go in and just read the quick announcement that I had for that, and then I'll go over. I guess I'll go over. Their token's not here yet, but I said proud to announce Delorean Labs as the newest sponsor of the channel, and their DMC token, which should launch within the next couple of weeks. I'm not 100% sure how long, and I have something that pretty much just went through. That I guess I could talk about. OMI is down today about 5%, under that 0002 mark to about 001948, and me and a couple of business associates took advantage. We happen to have a. I'll just give on now. I now have over 250 million OMI, so I'm at a $250 million, which I know is not worth a lot right now. There is something that's going to go down where I'll be able to get a bit more as well. So like I said, I'm at a $250 million OMI, which if you do the math right now, it's worth like nothing. The goal is to get to $1 billion. I think that is possible if OMI keeps going down. One of my other things go up. And I'm not the only one to get OMI. Sponsor of the channel, Definity Markets, that actually owns part of my channel. They own just as much as Mr. MC1. They now have OMI on their balance sheet. And this is one of the things that I can't wait to do. As I get bigger, as I go, and I don't know why I'm showing a little too much chestage there. I don't want to look like a cholo. I'll keep it down there. One of the things that I'm able to do just with the influence that I have and with the people that I have that influence with is be like, hey, you know what would be really cool? And then I get them to add it. So as of right now, Definity Markets, which does hundreds of thousands of dollars per month added to their P&L, they now have OMI on their balance sheet. And I think that maybe at some point they get a little more. But as of right now, I think that's really fun and exciting. And I think before the end of the year, I can get them, because again, it's not only them owning part of my channel, I do own part of the company as well. So with that, again, they were able to get a little bit of OMI on their balance sheet, which is fantastic. And I think before the end of the year, I might be able to get them to have daCAT on their balance sheet as well. I think that over the course of the next 6 months, so July, August, September, October, November. So yeah, I'd say before the end of the year, 6 months, I'm probably able to get that to happen. I think there's a couple of other things that I'll be able to get to happen as well that will benefit Definity Markets. I think stuff that can benefit VeVe. I think there'll be stuff that, and I want all of these companies to work synergistically. Like right now, it's just me telling Definity, hey, you guys should get this on their balance sheet, and so it is done. And then I think that as a maybe later, I know they're people at VeVe are very, very busy with a lot of things, especially David. I do thank him because he's going to be on the channel. He's going to be on the Omi Homie show on the 24th. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He'll be able to come in for a little bit, not too long. He'll be talking about Omi more on that show than he has at any other time over the last 4 years combined. And yeah, I think some other stuff can happen for VeVe in the future as well. Because if, let's say, I have a I don't know who Crimson Creator is. And is that Kesha? And I like your beard. Who Crimson Creator official is. Let's say if she comes on my stream right now, just saying I like your beard. You know what? I'm gonna, if she ever streams as a professional courtesy, like, oh, all right, yeah, I'll go on your stream. I'll shout you out. I'll be like, hey, I like your dog, and then I like your hair, and then this way we have that. So now that Definity Markets has purchased a little bit of OMI to go on their balance sheet, maybe at some point VeVe or Akomi can go and get a little bit of Definity. We'll see if we could work something out. We'll see if that can be done. And then again, I would like to get Definity Markets. I think I could do it, get them to have the cat on their balance sheet. Because it's one thing if, hey, what's up, Mr. MC1? To drive something new. Oh, I thank you. Yes, Delorean Labs, love them. It's one thing if Mr. MC1 comes in and buys part of the channel, which he did last year. Most of that is I think just believing in me as opposed to anything else. So he did that. The amount of which he got paid back, and actually, Mr. MC1, I do have another payment for you. So we'll talk after this, or even tomorrow. It's one thing if he does it because he kind of like knows me, but then to have institutional money come in and do this deal, that's another thing. So the more credibility I have, the more credibility the stuff I talk about has as well. So again, this is really exciting, and I think that there's a scene in Gilmore Girls where Rory is talking. She sends out a couple dozen applications to papers because she was a journalism major. She writes a bunch of articles. Very good, very talented writer. And there's this one paper that she interned for that she just loves. She knows how it works. She's very good there. And the guy said, like, I would love to have you, but there's no place for you. I don't have it in the budget. And she calls him and says, listen, I sent out a couple dozen applications. I'm not worried about finding a job. I'm worried about finding the right job. And she convinces him to hire her on, and they get rid of someone else. I'm not worried about raising money for daCAT. I am worried about picking the right investor for daCAT. Because again, like obviously, Mr. MC1 has an amazing network, and when he bought in, obviously we have that one amazing relationship, and two, just our Venn diagram of our networks. We obviously shared a little bit of that with the VeVe people, but then other people that we could introduce each other to, it fit very, very well. The other investor I had at $250,000, that was great. Not a ton of new leads coming from that one, but obviously Definity Markets, that institutional money, that makes a lot of sense. So what I want to do with daCAT, same thing. Again, I've got 2 offers already. I really want to make sure, one, that it becomes a little bit of a name first, like it creates a little buzz, and the buzz, not that I don't want it to be around me, but I want it to be a success because of the fact that it's very good writing. It's they're incredible stories, and you have a bunch of people that are really migrating, like revolving around it. daCAT seems to have its own gravitational pull, and I want people to invest because of that, not necessarily because of who's behind it. At the end of the day, I'll take what I can get, but I mean, not exactly, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go over a couple of things. Let's start with Delorean Labs. Delorean Labs, I keep missing this. Okay. So I do want to go over just a little bit of I didn't want to not stream today because it's like, hey, they just come on sponsorship and I take a day off. Can't happen. Delorean, the culturally iconic brand, has entered Web3, powered by its unprecedented partnership with Miston Labs and Sui Foundation. Made famous by its futuristic designs and immortalized by its unforgettable role in Back to the Future, the brand is recognized by hundreds of millions of loyal enthusiasts around the world, and they've made quite a bit of money on VeVe. DMC combines culture, real-world utility, and the backing of an iconic Web2 brand that has stood the test of time. From purchasing DeLorean vehicles to limited edition product collabs with the biggest brands in the world, we are creating fresh and electrifying ways to spend and earn DMC. That is their native token that will be launched before the end of the month. When? I know, but I don't think it's public yet. DeLorean has always been a symbol of pushing boundaries and shattering norms. It's only right that it'll be the first ever car company to launch an official token. And I think they'll set a precedent here. Oh, what's up, Omar? How's it going, fam? Culture, community, and utility. The heart of DeLorean ecosystem lies DMC, a unique token rooted in culture, but backed by real-world utility. For consumers, it's not just a token, it's the currency of cultural convergence, enabling them to engage with their favorite brands in innovative and decentralized ways. Then you have their roadmap. And the roadmap, you have time capsules, which are already done, tokens, which are going to be, the pre-sale is sold out. I think they sold out very quickly, and part of them They were able to raise money via Republic. Ken Gwynn is CEO of Republic. He's got over $1 billion in assets under management. He has been on the channel. He's a buddy. He's a friend. I actually might see him in a couple months. Maybe get him back on the channel. They also have staking, which is coming soon. The future date is not yet realized, but we'll see that. And then on the marketplace, it is now live. So they did do a bunch of DeLorean NFTs, and they said that, hey, if you one person will get a real DeLorean, and they did. It was great. And then they have DeLorean.com saying the future begins now. You can go on there again to their marketplace. You have airdrops that are coming on pretty soon as well. And then they also had one thing I need to go over because it was announced today. Welcome to the DeLorean airdrop race. Millions of dollars in DMC tokens are up for grabs. Get ready to rev your engines for the DeLorean airdrop race, which is a high-octane Web3 adventure that'll leave you on the edge of your seat. In an electrifying partnership with Phantom, OKX Wallet, and powered by Galaxy and at Studio Mirai, we're dropping millions worth of USD of dollars in DMC tokens in this thrilling race. The race details that'll get your heart racing. Well, they're airdrop vouchers on Friday, June 20th, 2025. Exclusive vouchers will drop into select communities, and you can claim yours to collect your spot. The race, you buckle up for 8 adrenaline-pumping laps, each packed with unique quests to test your Web3 skills and creativity. You can stack DMC. The longer you stay in the race, the more DMC tokens you earn. Every lap fuels your wallet. The grand prize, the first 100 racers across the finish line will battle for a prize pool of $75,000 in DMC, with the first place being a jaw-dropping $50,000. God damn. Now, why do you need to join? You join a legendary community. You connect with Delorean Labs, Phantom, and OKX Wallet, and other crypto trailblazers for your chance to climb the leaderboard. You can win big. Millions of dollars worth of US dollars in DMC tokens are up for grabs. There are epic surprises, from surprise rewards to epic twists. The race is packed with thrills. Now, how do you get in the driver's seat? You snag a voucher. Be ready on June 20th when vouchers drop. You follow Delorean Labs, Phantom, Wallet, and Studio Mirai, and GalXE on X for clues. I would go in and hit that bell for notifications as well. 2, you complete the quests. Each lap quest will push your Web3 game to the next level. 3, race to the top. Finish all 8 laps to maximize your DMC and aim for the top 100. Jump into the car of crypto and start your engines. DeLorean airdrop race is your ticket to Web3 glory. Get ready for twists, turns, and rewards that'll blow your mind. Let's freaking go. Follow the action in our Galaxy space and race into the future with Delorean Labs. They tend to have things that go viral. Looking at some of their stuff, so Phantom reposted it, 37,000 impressions. DeLorean's original post was 123,000 impressions, which is pretty nice. They said all roads lead to DeLorean, sharing OKX Wallet. The OKX one had 88,000 views, saying all roads, and obviously they are in partnership with DeLorean on this, so they did retweet that, which was really cool. A day ago, they had something, it was just Chinese numerology talking about the number 8. But one, I want to go to one that had like a bunch. Welcome to the real world, RWA, DMC, had 51,000 impressions. And I swear there was one the other day that had a couple 100,000, but I guess I'm missing it. There's 38, 69, nice. Anyway, I'll find that and I will get back to you on it. Anywho, that is for DeLorean. Let's take a look at Shiro. Obviously, there's nothing to really go over with the tokens since they haven't launched yet, but I want to go over the Shiro and see what they're up to, because they also sponsor the channel. Shiro is up about 4% on the day, which is surprising because we had some not great things come out of the Fed meeting. It wasn't bad, but anyway, 763,000 in volume. So it's not a ton for Shiro. If you were talking about Definity or daCAT, it would be a ton. But for Shiro, $763,000 is actually quite below average. It's usually 1 million plus, $4.6 million market cap. So it is pretty low. It's at the lowest it's been in quite a while. I did not stack any today. Like I said, what I did stack happened to be a little bit more towards the OMI side. And I did get a little bit of Devi as well, just because Devi took a dump dude, Devi went down to like 36 cents at one point. And again, we'll get to that. I always talk about all of these things, like all of these companies and communities coming into daCAT, and Shiro didn't really need it. Shiro has this already amazing community. Their raids are legendary. That community is worth, and I don't know if they've ever considered this, but I think maybe the team should maybe sell 5% of the IP or 10% of the IP and then raise some funds and see what they can do with those funds, because man, that community is worth quite a lot. Just their whales alone have like 130 people in that group, and they're hella active. And I think at like 8 hours ago, so that was the whale group, right? 8 hours ago, I had checked the normal Shiro group. Okay, this is not that bad. Only 274 messages in the Shiro Nico group. That is not the whales. And you have a couple people getting those buys on. Love that. I actually just got tagged in the whale group. Shout out Chavez Cat. Always mention us on stream. Of course, Grumpy Cat. Of course, dude. This one dude, Grumpy X, is one of the largest whales in both Shiro and in daCAT. And I've been trying so hard to get this mother flapper into OMI, Devi, and Definity. I was like, listen, I love these two cat tokens because I've been meowing for over a decade now. I was like, but please get into some of these things. And he's just like, yeah, it's like when ever see that old video of this cat wanting to touch the fishy? And it's like, okay, I touch the fishy. Like, no touch the fishy. Okay, I touch the fishy. No, you don't touch the fishy. All right, I touch the fishy a little bit. I tell the girl, I'll be like, hey, just get some of these things. And they're like, okay, I'll go buy more daCAT. I was like, well, I mean, that's great, but you should really buy like Devi, OMI, Definity. And he's like, okay, but a little more Shiro first. Dude's a mad lad, and I love him. Meow, 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 meow. Sorry, you see, it doesn't work because normally, hey, what's up, Joel? Normally I can go in and say, oh, hey, I can get these comments, but someone messaged me in a chat, says meow on camera. I'll show a little bit of it. It said meow on cam. So I did. It wasn't, I don't just do that randomly. Anyway, what's up, Rin Savant saying meow meow. What's going on, fam? And we got VeVe Zombie in the house saying, yo, what up? I hope you're doing well. We have a lot of things going on. Woohoo! Actually, let's go over daCAT right now. So there are some stories that flow really easily, like Saitama Wolf Project. I finished that story in like 5 days. That just flowed. Nike the Pig. I have so many amazing notes. So it did take a lot of research because I want to show you guys the lore that they gave me. Where the heck? All right, Space Penguins, zero lore. It was just like, hey, what's your guys' main character? Where are they from? What are their names? What's the history? Like, we're penguins, bro. I was like, okay. So I created all of these characters out of thin air. And that took like 3 weeks, give or take. And Saitama Wolf Project, that, again, there was a little bit of lore, but 5 days tops, 20-something pages, done. The lore of Nike the Pig is absolutely bananas. It goes on forever. So there was a bit to learn, and their great big villain has like godlike powers. So it's yeah. They fit in the normal daCAT universe. Obviously, there'll be that crossover in the 4th one, but my God, they are a absolute powerhouse. Like, everyone's got to up their game here because they're the types of enemies that daCAT and friends are fighting are not on the same level as their villains. So thank God we have like four comics to like bring it up a notch, because the tech is not there. And I had to reteach myself about quantum and theoretical physics for this. because it gets insane. The first page is freaking insane. So Space Penguins ends, and legit, like right at in one of the last panels of Space Penguins, it goes right into this one, and it's so good. The transition is great. You'll want to read Space Penguins first, and then you'll want to read this one. Again, can't wait. Omar saying another great evening. Another great evening. daCAT in the house. Okay, yeah. So daCAT, where are we at here today? Up about 0.5%, 1,700 in volume, $1.5 million market cap. So I was on a space before. There's one guy, I think his name is Michael. He was very insistent on the fact that I need to get like 30% of the supply of daCAT. And it's a very unique perspective because up until, I don't know, like 8 hours ago, whenever I was 10 hours, when I was in that space, I had the biggest complaint, not the biggest, but when we talk about supply, there's generally there was a consensus. Again, if somebody has too much of the supply, I've always heard of that as like a bad thing. But like, oh, bro, they have so much supply, though. You know, they could dump on it. And again, that's the risk you take. Is if somebody has too much supply, they could dump on you. But if it's and that was one of the risks. I don't want to say risk. That's one of the, because I see this as no risk. Is with David, Dan, and Dr. Profit having so much OMI, people are like, yo, they're really top heavy. You know, they could dump, and like they've never sold, right? So I think that if you know if you as well as you can know someone, right? If you know the person, if they have a track record of not selling, if they're fully doxed, then it's like, okay, those tokens are essentially, you know, locked up for a long time. And I would think that again, I was always the one defending, like, well, if I understand that you don't want somebody having like 40, 50% of the supply, because again, that's a lot. If they sell, if it goes crazy, because again, like, how do they take profit? You know, without like on the chart, you have OTC deals, you have stuff like that. And I took a look at, again, I explained just daCAT, and I was like kind of proud of myself. I was like, oh, you know, yeah, I have like less than 1% of the supply, and they're like, oh, bro, you need like 30%. Because again, up until 8 hours ago, I was always the one defending people, like saying, like, you know, some people don't like it when you have too much supply, but daCAT, yeah, they have 60%, but most of them are diamond hands. I think 2 of them have had sales, you know, in like the past like couple months, but like that's it. So I probably said like, yeah, like I have less than 1%, you know, so no, like I'm not gonna sell. 2, not gonna sell yet. 2, if I do sell, it's not gonna impact the price. But again, this other guy's perspective of saying like, well, you need 20, 30% of the supply because then that solidifies and I don't, so this guy's perspective, from his point of view, he says, if you have that much of the supply, then the floor is locked. And immediately I'm thinking like, no, it's not. Because it's not. Again, David, Dan, Dr. Profit, the Comey Business Development Wallet have well over 30% of the supply, and it's still dumps like 90-something%, right? So like clearly, I already have a big real life example of proving that guy wrong. He kind of ignored that, but he said that in a lot of his other projects, and I don't. He said he was fully doxed. You know, he didn't just have like 200 followers. He had like 4,000 or 5,000 followers, give or take. And he said that he's been in Web3 a long time. And he said that a lot of other projects that he takes a look at, if the founders or if it's a community takeover, if the people that are basically face of the project, if they don't have 20 or 30%, he said him and his boys do not go in it. Now, there's an episode of Doug going way back in the day. There was a bully on Doug called Roger. And one day Doug stands up to Roger and says, Roger, if you were really funny, you wouldn't have to laugh at your own jokes. And that line's always kind of stuck with me. And it seemed to make sense across all, you know, forms. Like if you're a great Pokemon trainer, you don't have to mention every 5 seconds that you're a great Pokemon trainer. People just kind of know. I don't think I've ever seen a truly wealthy person talk about how much money they have. Now, granted, I have seen millionaires, maybe even multimillionaires, like that do say that, but I'm talking like truly wealthy, like, oh, well, lost about $10 million today. Who wants food? Like I'm talking like truly wealthy. They almost, in my experience, they almost never really talk about it. So the guy, and again, I forget his name. His name is Michael Thumb, and again, he seemed to genuinely want to help. He knew the Digi Joints people. He knew a bunch of people. He would always say that him and his friends, cohort, business associates, of which he said many of them were millionaires and billionaires. And if that's true, that's hard to get into those circles. So congrats. He said they would never go into a project where a founder didn't have that much. And this is where I think Web3 investing and Web3 natives, they really differ from a lot of people that come from just traditional, from TradFi. So me coming in from, having two businesses that had nothing to do with Web3, Tesla, et cetera. When I look at investing, do I take a look at how much of the supply the founders have? Yeah. Is that anywhere close to a deciding factor or in like the top 20 things that I look at? No, it is not. Most heavily is weighed on the founders and what they've done in the past. Like part of the reason I went so big into VeVe and OMI is because David Yu has been crazy successful multiple times in his life in the thing that we all know and love, in collecting. Elon Musk, when I invested into Tesla, had been crazy successful in multiple other facets of his life. So when I go to look at something to invest in, one, I always take a look at the founder. What have they done? Successes. If they did fail, how did they come back? How did they handle it? I look at the interviews. So again, Web3, you kind of, at least for this guy and his network, they have a hard line in the sand of, and I didn't recognize that this was a thing. And I do want to get like 10%, but even 10%, I'd put in like $150,000, which is fine, but that's just to get 10%. And again, that like to like never sell. Like, of course, I'm going to sell at some point. At some point, I'd like to have well in the 6 figures. Well, at some point, hopefully, it goes up to like 7 figures into cat. But again, these are just the things that I just experienced today. I'm telling you about it now. Just again, want to be consistently open. I don't really like to gatekeep anything. That's why I do all of my stuff on here. I answer every question. I have a Patreon, which if you want to support me, you can click down below. But I don't say, yeah, this is, that's an okay question, but that's a question for Patreon. I'll only, like, I don't do that. So again, just want to tell you guys the experience I had, and let me know if you think like, no, that's pretty normal. Yeah, you want the founders to have 20-30%, or if it's like, no, I've never heard of that before. That dude's crazy. Again, he seemed to run in a couple of the same circles of the people that I knew. Apparently he's very helpful. So I hope he continues to give his input the best that he can and continues to help people. Again, just letting y'all know. Several daCAT says, remember to get into the Telegram by visiting daCATlinktree.com. What's up, Mr. MC1? How's it going, fam? Hope you're doing well. Love you, brother. Let's go to, who dis? Oh, shoot. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. I missed it. Okay. Oh, yes. Receive it. Oh, that was 7 minutes. Oh, sorry, fam. I like it. Where were we here? I'm good, yeah, I'm feeling all right, baby, I'm happy. All right, that was daCAT. We did DMC. Let's do Devi real quick. There's probably a lot of, we're actually only down 6% on the day. We were down like, again, my guys, we were down to like 36 cents for Devi. So I had to get a little bit more. I had to. There's no if, ands, or buts. I'll show you right now what we whipped down to. Bro, that wick down there was absolutely diabolical. And I didn't see it. I was writing the comic and then I just take a look. I was like, oh, and then by the time I noticed, it was back up to like 40 cents. And I was like, I'll get some, but I could have got it at 35, 36. I could have got it there. I could have been a contender. Could have got so much. But I wound up getting a little bit. I'll get more. Yeah, so I have enough Definity. I have, now that I have over a $250 million OMI. Ooh, that sounds so nice to say. And over the next, month or so, it'll go higher to 260, 269. Nice. Again, the goal is $1 billion, so we'll see. Where else was I doing? All right, so Devi, let's see what they had on the day. They're at 45 cents now, 780,000, which is actually kind of higher. Normally, it's like 500,000 or less. The only thing they have, I don't want to say they have a marketing problem because they haven't necessarily tried yet. Oh, let's go. Sorry, my friend is just, he's so cool. I don't think I can't show this. I can't comment on this. Anyway, Devi doesn't really have market because they haven't really tried to market yet. I did tell a friend today, I would get a little more OMI about Devi. He didn't really know anything about it. And I said, listen, they have this referral program where that's how things spread, just word of mouth, right? Like the movie Prey. It's a prequel to the Predator movies. It's like the Predator comes to Earth in like the 1500s, give or take. And I must have told, I don't know, just think about like a movie or a show that you've seen, and you're just like, bro, Tulsa King, bro, Breaking Bad, bro, like all this stuff. Like you just got to tell people, right? I told so many people about Prey. I tell so many people about Gilmore Girls. WB ever send me a check? No. What Devi's doing is they're saying like, hey, we have this amazing referral program where we pay up to 60% of somebody's trading fees, which is nuts. Like the trading fees that someone accumulates, 60% of that goes to the referral program. So of course, I'm going to tell everyone, link down below. So if I get Mr. MC1 to sign up which he did via the link down below, and he tells Crimson Creator Official, you like some beard? Oh, thanks, Kesha. I'm going to call you Kesha from now on. He gets her to sign up using his code that he generates when he becomes a member of that exchange. She signs up. Now I get 35% of what Mr. MC1 trades, his trading fees, and I get 15% of Crimson or Kesha's trading fees, even though I didn't sign Kesha up. And Kesha signs up JKRB. I have no idea who JKRB, but Kesha signs them up. I get 10% of their trading fees. So that 35 plus 15 plus 10. And obviously, Mr. MC1 gets 35% of what Crimson trades, and she gets 35% of what JKRB trades. But it goes 3 levels deep, which is incredible. So again, link down below. You sign up, you generate your own code, and then you tell people about it. So everybody knows someone that's like kind of into crypto at least. And everyone knows a whale, right? Everyone at least knows someone that's high net worth. Like it doesn't matter. You get someone to sign up, they can go with their gym buddy. That's like a super degen, and that super degen could have like this super successful brother. And again, that's the third person removed from you. And they could just be a whale trading millions. They could just be a whale trading millions of doll hairs, and you're just going to get checks all day, and it's great. Anyway, that's Devi, and that's why I love it. This video is not sponsored by Devi, though. They do. I'm an affiliate for them because I have their affiliate link, but that's it. Now let's go to Definiti, and now that there is a little bit more people here than there were before, I'll re-say the message again. Definiti, which started off sponsoring the channel, and now they own part of the channel, and I own part of their company. And as part of my influence, I was able to get them to add OMI to their balance sheet. I'll repeat that once more time. I was able to get Definiti Markets, that does hundreds of thousands of dollars per month added to their P&L, able to add OMI to their balance sheets. I think this is a very good move. And I think that at some point, maybe I can get VeVe or OMI to add Definiti to their balance sheet. You know, reciprocation, like saying, I like your beard. Meow, meow, meow. What's up, VeVe Zombie? Prayer hands. Prayer hands. Meow, meow, meow. Mr. Earnsworth says, a big VC lawyer with 1 to 300 X-Men in real life bought his first MC1 today. He would be amazing guy to chat. Oh, I would love to chat with him on my channel. If you would, I would love it. Okay, hold on one sec. daCAT is on stream. daCAT will be on. Let me rephrase this for my grumpy kitty over here. We'll try to get daCAT on Definiti Markets balance sheet. I don't know if VeVe would do that. Maybe other companies as well. Because when that happens, then it's locked up. As me, alternate account, who dev here, grumpy. Oh God. What's up, Ben? Oh, oh, Grumpy X. I love Grumpy so much. I'll listen to my DM. Just say bye more. Yeah, Mr. MC1, I would love to talk with them about. I'm actually gonna go on. I talked to Sean today from Comics and Crypto, and he's seen what I've been doing with daCAT and the universe I'm building, and he invited me to come on his channel, on the Comics and Crypto channel, not just as like a crypto guy or a investing guy, but as an actual comic creator now. That's so cool. That's so cool. That's so exciting. I love that. Go me. Ready to check Shirou. Yeah, I did. I did. And you, unless you told me to do more stuff in there. There's the cat whales. Where's my fat cats? Yeah, I got, the meows. The meows has happened. Okay. Turtle saying, wow, check out the refrigerator behind. Oh yeah, so that's a different fridge. That is not the fridge that I have. The fridge I have downstairs is like plastic. But I will let's yes. Appreciate that. Anyway, let's continue on here with Definiti. They had 2,300 in volume, so just above daCAT's volume. $4.8 million market cap. 4.8 fully diluted. 4.3. God, I've been talking about this since before they sponsored the channel, since before they own the channel, since before I own their company. Small, super micro amount. They are doing amazing stuff. At some point before the end of the year, they will be doing more than $1 million per month added to their P&L. And yeah, again, amazing stuff. Down 1.5% on the day to 2.8 cents. I can't wait for that to go to like $4 and be like, yo. And let's take a look at OMI. I don't know if I did before or not. Down 5%, 000195. They are at 2.3, up 44% in volume. So 2.3 million in volume. I'm gonna guess a third of that is from Deepcoin. Oh no, only 24.96. Only 585,000 of that is from Deepcoin. Let's see where the rest is from. 39% from Gate.io. Oh my God. That had to be $916,000 in volume from Gate.io. 15% from MEXC, 7.5% from Bitmart, 6.5% from Ascendex. All right, I see, not bad. 3.5% from Base, and like 0.1% on Ethereum. What's that on Ethereum? Yeah, so they're all below that 0002 mark at 0019 ish, even on the Deepcoin. Blue Storm says, "Thank you for everything you guys do for daCAT." OMI, of course, there's a horse. Oh, my little sweet Ralphie down there. He's taking a nap. He's sleeping. And then that's all right. So now we'll go over to the article in which I mentioned before, and it is, well, let's go over some comments here. So I was, hey, Crimson, hey, Mr. MC1s, hey, Omar. I think you mean DMC, Chris. Yeah, you definitely mean DMC because I see it on your profile picture. Let's go, DMC. What up, Bill Gardner? What's going on with Ohio? It's the new bro. It's so rainy in Ohio. Oh, water, so good. Let's take a look. See here. No, I don't need to do that. Go down there. TechRound, which if you go on their LinkedIn, I believe they have 14,000 followers on LinkedIn. I also have to check real quick if I got a certain delivery. I did not yet. Okay. So this TechRound has done an article, Founder of the Week, David Yu, by Gina Mars. David Yu is CEO and co-founder of VeVe, a digital collectibles trading platform. Yu is a New Zealand-based serial entrepreneur who started off with a comic book store in Auckland, New Zealand, before transforming his business into a global trading platform. As part of Yu and VeVe's success, the company has enjoyed collaborations with industry giants including Marvel, DC, and Disney. A great deal of Yu's success with VeVe is his passion for gaming, collectibles, the industry, and the industry more broadly. So when they say, tell me about yourself, David said, I'm the co-founder and CEO of VeVe, where I oversee global strategy, brand partnerships, and product innovation. I've been in gaming and collectible space for over 25 years, starting with my first venture, Games R Us, a specialty hobby retailer I found in New Zealand when I was 17. With my co-founder, Dan Crothers, we launched VeVe in 2021, reimagining collecting for digital age by offering licensed digital collectibles and digital comics through blockchain technology. We partner with iconic brands like Marvel, Disney, DC Comics to create premium experiences, giving collectors worldwide the opportunity to engage with their passions. Love it. Hey, what's going on, Crimson? I mean, Kesha. Mosbane says, hi, Freds. Bro, Kesha, have you seen what they're doing to your song on TikTok? You have a bunch of mostly girls in Israel filming rockets coming in that are hitting buildings. And they're saying, let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. And I'm like, oh my God. This generation, Gen Z, is so unserious. And I have to applaud them for that a little bit. But like, oh my God. And Kesha's gotta be like, you gotta be like, because it's wild. What's up, Mosbane? Mosbane ETH reposted the stream. Let's go. Let's get this bread. Oh, so did Crimson. I love this game. Okay. Oh, what is that, I love this game. You guys are great. All right, let's keep going with the article. What inspired you to start VeVe? What problem were you trying to solve? David says, as lifelong collectors, Dan and I saw firsthand how geography and cost challenges limited access to physical collecting, especially living in a remote corner of the world like New Zealand. With VeVe, we wanted to address the limitations of traditional physical collecting. The rise of blockchain tech presented a chance to solve these problems, making collectibles instantly accessible, globally available, and fully authenticated. Our vision was to create an inclusive digital platform where anyone, anywhere, can easily collect and enjoy their favorite characters and stories without the barriers and limitations inherent in physical collecting. God, I love him so much. That was a big one. In the Pokemon hobby, I had a few clients that had to stop because, according to them, their partners would say, you have enough Pokemon cards. It's already taken up an extra room in our house. No more. Something inside me, it would cringe. There are some things that you study and you remember, and there are some things that you can't forget. And that is burned into my memory. And I think that's why what David and Dan are doing here just it resonates with me so much because I've seen the problem that's there, the solutions that they have, and how they're implementing it, and this is why I got a lot more OMI. Anyway, the question is, what has been your biggest challenge so far, and how did you overcome it? David says, one major challenge was scaling rapidly to meet an unexpected surge in demand. When VeVe first gained traction, our system struggled under the immense growth. It forced us to critical pivot to rapidly upgrade infrastructure while maintaining user trust. Transparency with our community was essential, so we openly communicated our progress. Facing this head on taught us invaluable lessons in adaptability, ultimately strengthening VeVe's foundation to consistently innovate according to feedback. And in that, we fostered an even deeper connection with our users. He has fostered a deep connection with me. I love it. Another question. Can you describe a pivotal moment that significantly shaped the direction of VeVe? Launching VeVe Comets at South by Southwest 2024 was a defining moment for us. Up to that point, VeVe had primarily focused on digital collectibles, art, figures, and pop culture items. Introducing licensed digital comics, starting with major publishers like Marvel, marked a strategic shift and significantly expanded our platform's cultural and commercial footprint. To this day, that is still one of, I think, the savviest business moves I have ever seen. To this day. He continues, saying, seeing the overwhelming response from fans and collectors, many of whom never engaged with NFTs before, validated our belief in the potential of digital comics as a new and accessible category. It wasn't just about technology. It was about storytelling, nostalgia, and fandom in new format. That moment reinforced two things for us: the importance of constant innovation and the need to remain deeply connected to fan culture. Also signaled digital collecting wasn't a trend, it was evolving into a new form of mainstream engagement. They have 30-something thousand signups from that. Now, how many of those are actively buying on VeVe Comics? I don't know. Probably not a ton, but damn, there's just having that in general just adds more value to the company. I wish they would, my body, sorry, stretching the back. I wish they would go in and raise some money, because like the value of what they have in that untapped revenue market is so freaking much. Anyway, how do you define success? Ooh, I love this one. David says, for the business, success at VeVe means creating a global community, deeply engaged with the digital collectibles. Collectors are enjoying the experience, completing collections and chasing drops right when they launch, then we're succeeding. It's less about numbers and more about seeing digital collecting stand on its own as a beloved hobby. As a founder, success means staying true to the passion that started it all. If I wake up every day still excited to build, to innovate, and to push boundaries on what's possible, then I know I'm on the right path. But it's not just about personal drive. Real success is seeing our fans around the world genuinely enjoy what we're creating. And VeVe gives people new ways to connect with brands, characters, and stories they love, and brings joy into their lives. That's the most fulfilling reward. If we're creating value, building community, and staying authentic to our mission, then that's success to me. Oh God, I love that so much. And I love that so much that I'm going to ask y'all if y'all can, oh my God, what just happened? My internet go out? Am I still live? Okay, yeah, sorry. It's gonna ask y'all to smash that like button. That's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. You know the drill. You know the drill. Oh, hey, look at that. VeVe gave me a they gave me a like and they reposted. Oh my God, they love me so much. I think they just do it out of I love them. Anyway, what advice would you give to someone thinking about launching their own startup? Oh, how's a good answer to this? Build something you genuinely love, something that reflects who you are and what you believe in. Passion is a fuel that'll keep you going when the excitement fades and the obstacles pile up. In the darkest hours, when nothing's working and you're questioning everything, it's your love for what you're building that will carry. I want to read that again because I don't think I'm reading in like my Tucker Carlson voice. I need to read in like my Captain America voice here. Okay, question. What advice would you give to someone thinking about launching their own startup? Build something you genuinely love, something that reflects who you are and what you believe in. Passion is a fuel that'll keep you going when the excitement fades, the fanfare stops, and the obstacles pile up. In the darkest hours, nothing's working, you're questioning everything. It's your love for what you're building that will carry you through. Make a habit of truly listening to your customers, not just hearing them, but understanding them. Their feedback is one of your greatest gifts. It'll keep you grounded, honest, and evolving in the right direction. The best products are co-created with the people who use them. Learn to be adaptable. The startup journey rarely follows a straight path. Markets shift, technologies evolve, and what you thought was the answer today might not be tomorrow. Your ability to pivot with purpose, without losing sight of your vision, will be key to your survival. But above all, build resilience. There'll be setbacks, doubts, failures. Some will hurt more than others. But if you believe in what you're doing, stay relentless, focused, and you learn and you execute and find a way forward. Success just isn't about destination. It's about how you go through the journey. God damn, David, that was beautiful. Before I get to the next one, let's say hi to some people here. What's up? Dibs, Grumpy Ref. Hey, what's going on, Bill Gardner? Blue Storm says, I will buy as much OMI and daCAT as humanly possible. And not if I beat you to it. Hey, Kuma, there's a man. What's going on? Oh, speaking of Kuma, the winner of the VeVe First Responders Children's Foundation charity event that we have. Kuma, let me know if you got that collectible from VeVe, saying thank you for your live coverage of the David Yu interview. Of course. I'm sorry I couldn't get to it sooner. I was just busy times, a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, I just got a new sponsor of the channel, so I couldn't just take off like the second day that they sponsored me. But yeah, this article is, I figured it would be filled with a lot of nuggets, and it 100% is. So thank you for always giving me something to talk about. What's next for VeVe? Any exciting developments we should watch out for? Oh, girl. All right, David responds. Right now, I'm incredibly excited about several key initiatives that are pushing VeVe into its next chapter of growth. First, our integration with Stacker is a major milestone. It allows VeVe users to buy and sell collectibles using our native OMI token, giving collectors more autonomy and flexibility to trade on their own terms. More importantly, it brings real utility to OMI and deepens its role within our ecosystem. I like how he said, gives collectors more autonomy and flexibility to trade on their own terms. There's an episode of Scrubs where Dr. Cox is having a hard time getting through to his patient. And Dr. Elliot calls him out. He's like, because you know nothing about girls. And he's like, I know girls. I can handle a teen girl. And he says, she just needs some tough love. And he says, you are sick. You need to take these meds. If you don't, you're going to die. He's just straight up oh my God, the toughest love I've ever seen, right? And it just confirms what Elliot suspected. You know nothing about women in general, but especially a teenage girl. And it says, whether you're 16 or 60, everyone is going to have that awkward teenage girl inside them. And you have to know how to talk to them. And she says, she has her teachers telling her what to do, her parents telling her what to do, you telling her what to do. So she goes in and she says, hey, you're the one that's sick, nobody else. You should decide when to take your meds. Obviously, take it twice a day, but these meds are for you. And you can take them at 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, 12 at night and 12 in the afternoon. You decide. You have to do it twice a day, but it's up to you. It's your choice on when to do it. And that got through to her. And granted, they did that for the show. Is that going to work in real life? I have no idea. But I feel like that sends that really strong message. Again, as me growing up, there was a bunch of people that always tried to control my life. And of course, I rebelled hard. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And David going in and saying that if you give collectors more autonomy and flexibility to trade on their own terms, that's going to resonate with them. And it has. Oh, look who's up from his nap. Did you have a good nap? There's my puppy. So he continues on to say, we're also preparing to launch the VeVeverse, our mobile-first metaverse experience. This will allow fans to immerse themselves in interactive 3D spaces, showcase their collectibles, and engage with others in entirely new ways. It's not just about owning digital collectibles. It's about creating meaningful, persistent experiences around them. Who dat? Who says, just saw it. Thanks, VeVe. Meow. Great. Let me know what you got. Curious what you got. Let me know what you got. Megan Slattery says, Chief says, Bork. Oh my God, Chief. I love the Chief. Tell him Ralphie says, I can't. He's behind the chair. Okay, wait. You saw him, right? Okay, I'm gonna assume you saw him. So moving on, David continues to say, beyond platform features, I'm excited about how VeVe is contributing to our creative economy. As we expand our roster of IPs from comics and pop culture to fashion and beyond, we're building a bridge between licensors, artists, and fans. This creates powerful new opportunities for creators to reach global audiences or fans to engage with the content they love in dynamic digital native format. There's a lot more on the horizon, including new partnerships, technologies, but at the core, we remain focused on creating value for our community, powering creativity, and pushing the boundaries of digital collecting. God, love him so much. I sent a photo in chat. Oh my God, did you? Did you? Let's see what we got here. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So if you know Pokemon, obviously, that's so cute. And that so this was once my dog, not really mine, but I pet him when no one was looking. I was in a I was with a couple of peeps that I lived with for a little while, and their doggo is so freaking adorable. His name's Chief, short for Chief Alamu, and I love him and I miss him. I saw it, I showed it. It was great. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? If you maybe one day, maybe one day. I love Megan. Megan's actually, yeah, good times, good times. See the emojis that I'm sending? I see it's the smiley face. Yeah, it's the with the hearts, the 3 hearts. Yes, I do see that. Yeah. Okay. Founders 5 with David Yu. David Yu has clearly established himself as a forward-thinking, ambitious entrepreneur with VeVe, having achieved phenomenal success in his fairly short life. We want to know a little more about the man, or one of the men, alongside co-founder Dan, behind VeVe. Here's our exclusive Founders 5 with David Yu. It's your favorite business tool. Slack and Notion. Communication and clarity are everything in a fast-moving business like VeVe. Slack keeps our global team connected in real time, and Notion helps us manage complex projects with structure. Legit. 2, one lesson you learn the hard way. Do not scale before your infrastructure is ready. In the early days of VeVe, we experienced overwhelming demand that tested our platform, team, and support system. That taught me to balance ambition with operational preparedness. Yeah. Oh no, YouTube. On YouTube, I can just send an emoji and then the emoji floats on the screen. No, I don't see that. So there's something, I don't know what it is, but if I'm streaming with someone and they give like a heart will like float out of their thing. And like they do a thumbs up, like whatever it is that they do that's an emoji, it floats on their screen if they do that. Like, wow, this technology, right? I do that and I don't get diddly squat. So I think YouTube just doesn't like YouTube. Kuma says, I got a secret rare Howard the Duck. Oh, it's funny as I was watching clips of Howard the Duck last night. More proof, I think, that we're in a simulation. Mm-hmm. Sent a message of what I mean. Mm-hmm. No, I do not get those. I don't know why I don't get those. Oh, Megan Slattery, you're number one. You're number one. You're number one. No, I don't get those. I don't know why. I don't know what that does. I guess it does something. Also, it only shows 28 on there, but I'm going to show you something as well. I'm going to send you a pictura because it only shows YouTube. So. But on this, it shows my X streaming. So it's a combination of YouTube and X views. I have a lot more followers on X, so that might be why. Oh, I've been doing it the whole time thinking, he goes, no, I couldn't see it. I don't know why it won't let me see it. It's dumb. All right, anyway. Oh no, I X'd out of it. Okay, we're gonna go back to it. Tell yourself what inspired you. Okay. Pivotal moment. Okay, we're going back to all right, one future trend you're watching. Oh, I love this one. The convergence of physical and digital collecting. We're moving into a world where ownership isn't bound to one format. The next wave in collectibles is digital assets tied to physical goods, and it's going to reshape the way fans engage with brands, like they did with Marvel and Funko Pop a couple of years back. What's one quote you live by? Ooh, what is this? Quote, vision without execution is just hallucination, end quote, by Thomas Edison. You can dream all you want, but if you don't follow through with focus and discipline, it's just noise. Oh, man. Night, Meg. Well, Sir Nicholas and Chief and I are going to say, good night, meow, 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 meow. Say hi to Nate for me and tell him I said meow, meow. Good night, meow. Kuma says, love the movie as a kid. Did not realize then that Howard almost scored with Leah Thompson. There's a lot of stuff that. So I was telling Megan the other night about. I had this one. I forget who it was. It was one of the girls I had on from. I've had like 3 women that all specialize in AI, all on like the last month, right? And I was a little nervous because like I don't know that much about AI to the point where I can do 3-hour interviews on it, and I have another one. So I was having a little bit of the daddy sodas, and I was saying, okay, let me. I saw this clip on like TikTok, and it was about Rugrats. I was like, okay, let me. That I remember that episode. That was a great episode. So I go to the episode, and the episodes are like, 2 11-minute episodes. And one of them, the first one is where Stu breaks the TV, and the kids like they have a box and they put on like their own TV shows. So Chucky's a newscaster. I forget what Tommy does. I think they're playing like cops and robbers. But in one of like the shows that the kids are putting on, Angelica says like, do you want to be beautiful as say me? Well, you can't, but you can come close with Angelica's beauty juice. And the babies like Phil and Lil, they couldn't pronounce beauty. So they said booty, like, give us the booty juice. We want the booty juice. And as an adult, I was like, no freaking way. You got these little kids to say, we want the booty juice. In real life, like it was, oh God, that was hysterical. So I messaged them. I was like, guys, there's no way they freaking said this. And they're just like, wait, was that just like a typo? Because these like third world people or something. So like, no, they straight up said it. And yeah, how much stuff did we miss? We had to have missed so much other crazy stuff that we just don't know about unless we rewatch. It's like a buddy of mine from years back. She played video games with this like broken TV, and like the sound was like, eh. She only heard like part of the sound, and then she replayed it with like an updated TV years later. She's like, I've never heard these sounds before, and I was like, well, you played with a broken TV previously. So she went to replay like all of her old games, trying to see like sound that she had never done before. I was like, oh, that's awesome. This just in, Donald Trump says the Senate just passed the incredible bill that is going to make America the undisputed leader in digital assets. Nobody will do it better. It is pure genius. See what he did there? Digital assets are the future, and our nation is going to own it. We own the finish line. We are talking about massive investment, big innovation. The House will hopefully move lightning fast and pass a clean Genius Act. Get it to my desk ASAP. No delay, no add-ons. This is American brilliance at its best, and we're going to show the world how to win with digital assets like never before. Oh my God, I need to get a USA tattoo. That was beautiful. Goddamn. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Violate, very good, very good. Hey, O'Milly, thank you. Okay, 2 days. Okay, anyway. And last thing on the interview, one book or podcast you recommend? I was hoping he was going to say the Real Randy Chavez podcast, but it's okay. He says, The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Like, okay, interesting. And that was the article. That was really cool. I hope David, he's so busy. I want to say I hope he does more things, but it takes him away from running the business. And again, my small little companies that I've built are really just one-man shows. There's obviously a lot of things that go into it, but VeVe is a complex ecosystem, and it's take them away for a couple hours to do that. And then, that's why I really try to not, and it's gotta be so long. Like, so I'm lucky I don't really get, like, lonely because, um, I'm just busy, just working all the time, but yeah, that's rough. That's really hard. Um, 2017, 2018, I get throughout the latter years of my 20s, it was just hard because I was working so much. I didn't really get to see my friends all that often. Um, and that was just, again, low level businesses. They was doing this crazy business. Because it's crazy the things we missed as kids that I see now. Can't believe our parents watched. Still look back at Ren and Stimpy. Can't believe it. Bro, Ren and Stimpy was so good. There was there was this poor unfortunate woman that was, she was, I think, having a bad day. I think maybe she had like a newborn at home, but she looked rough, right? And somebody like took a picture and said like, yo, she looks like one of those close-ups that you had at Ren and Stimpy. And I was like, oh my God, he was right. But I was like, damn, yeah, Ren and Stimpy had those. They're still memeing that. Like crazy, it's wild. His opinion says, bro, last VeVe give you from the real Randy Chavez, America Chavez, secret rare collectible 50 bucks. Bro. Yeah, the stuff they give away is bananas. Um, the stuff they give away is absolutely bonkers. Sometimes they give away some really cool things. Anyway, let's go. I got to check something real quick to see if something came up. Oh my gosh. I don't get a notification when this happens either. I just have to look. Oh, hey, oh, okay. One. Okay. Um, I I'm gonna have to go soon. I did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go soon, and I have stuff to do. And again, shout out to Definity Markets for adding OMI onto their balance sheet, and maybe they'll get daCAT at some point. Maybe they'll do that. Schomburg saying, "Just got here. How's the you interview?" Oh, okay. I mean, it was pretty good. Um, I like doing the live reads because I feel like you get the. Oprah had said when she was like a news anchor, she was whatever. She wouldn't read the news stories like beforehand, like, like, okay, what are we doing today? She would read the news stories like live, and she would like, you'd get her genuine reaction. So I really like that. I really like going in. I never forgot that. So I really like reading stuff live that I never read before. You get my genuine reaction, and I also, sorry, yeah, my body. That's why I like to do my live podcasts like that because it's, if you send over like a script, like, okay, I'm going to ask you these questions, be prepared, and I feel like you don't get a genuine interview that way. I feel like you don't really get to know somebody that way. You get to know their prepared response. Um, it's like, which is fine. But that's, I understand at certain levels and certain people you have to have it, but I really like to just go off the cuff because it's just people having a conversation, and I feel like you really get to know the real them. And maybe, maybe you can act for a certain amount of time. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people though. Anyway, let's go over some of the news we had here today because we had quite a bit. Oh God, yep. Received. I have to give me like, I'll be like black screen for a second, but I just have to see something here. Wasn't gone away for too long, but I'm here now. Oh, what up, Crypto Cosmo? How's it going, fam? Crypto Cosmo, you are going to have a, ooh, what this? So there's a Donkey Kong's best design, bro, has never looked cooler, and Omar tags me in the Goku Super Saiyan 4. It's awesome. Almost so good. Yeah, I don't want to go over too much of the news here because I do have stuff to go over, but I have work to do. Cosmo knows what I'm talking about, but don't say anything. We do that. Coinbase seeking U.S. SEC approval to offer blockchain-based stocks. And then we have stablecoins are a privacy nightmare. Every retailer. Okay, so this is Charles Hoskins has reposted this saying, every retailer, bank, gas station will see your entire financial history. A single hack will include your name and purchase for all to see. Privacy stablecoins with Midnight and Cardano is literally the future. Hashtag Cardano. Charles Hoskinson is a pretty cool guy, and maybe I'll get a shout out for him one day because his pig is in my daCAT universe. Again, really like him. Ooh, girl. The balance of power is changing forever. Ancient artifact known as the Soul Forge has the power to collect all the souls on Earth. Dr. Doom must stop it at all costs. Who is the mysterious Sister Sorrow, and what is her connection to Dr. Doom? Part 1 of 7 villainous one-shots. Also, we have to talk for a second. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Where's the VeVe? VeVe has launched. Marvel has sent out Aliens vs. Avengers #4. I read like 4. I read like maybe like 6, 7 pages. I'm going to finish that tomorrow, before I go live tomorrow, and I'll talk about it. Aliens. Oh god, Aliens vs. Avengers. I want to see how many of these sold. That is why, dude. These books are so good. The first one, amazing. The third one, amazing. Second one is good. But the fourth, like, nobody's reading that epic conclusion. Y'all have lost your goddamn minds. That there is only 24. The fact that only 24 of those have sold, y'all have lost your goddamn minds. It is so that again, that can't even get them in the market. Again, the first one, absolutely incredible. Second one is good. It's worth a read. But and there's only one in the market. It's common for $12. At that point, just get the $7 or $10, whatever, like from the store, right? The third one is so good, and the fourth one, again, I've read like 6 pages of it, but yeah, that is wild. That is wild. Y'all are crazy. Then we got VeVe Vet saying, "Yo, what up, bro? What up, VeVe Vet? How's it going, fam?" Jason Pena saying, "Randy got his good shirt on. What you doing tonight?" I'm working tonight. I got bills, they multiply. No, I'm working. I got a lot of. I have stuff to do, and I don't want to keep the people I'm working for waiting. Again, I am now up to over 250 million OMI. I will go in and get a little bit more OMI as the weeks go on. How much? I don't know. And then Definity Markets has added OMI to their balance sheet. Amazing. And hopefully we'll get Definity Markets to add daCAT to their balance sheet as well. But we've got some really good things here. And I got to go take care of them. I had to go get that bread. And what's the OMI at right now? Still got hiccups. Let's take a look at what OMI is at. 0001952. Again, down 5% on the day, and I took hella advantage. I am now over 25% of the way to 1 billion OMI. And I'm going to get that bread. I'm going to get, even if I don't get up to 1 billion, even if I only get up to 500 million, which I think I can now. I think I can. All right, a little bit more news. We don't have a ton here, and then I'll bounce. VeVe light boxes. Randy, can you read comments to us live? Yeah. So listen. I feel like I get so distracted here. There was the most recent one I read live. So was a what was this? Star Wars Silver Surfer. Okay. Oh, okay. So how did I get? Okay, all right. Sorry. It was Predator vs. Spider-Man. Yeah. So I read Predator vs. Spider-Man, dude. dude, Okay, so I think I like Spider-Man because I'm from New York, from Peru, but raised mostly in New York, right? Um, People get crazy in the summer. When New York gets hot, people start shooting. New York is wild in the summer, right? Like the heat just makes people crazy. Um, so Predator versus Spider-Man #1 really gets like the New York like heat where people are just like it's nuts, right? Um, and it's good through the first like half, give or take. But then the ending of Predator versus Spider-Man #1, you're like, oh, like you're like, oh, like, bro, I can't. So I haven't read the second one yet, but maybe yeah, I gotta. We'll see when the daCAT comics come out. We'll totally do that, and then maybe other stuff. But I did read the Predator vs Spider-Man one live. Devinder Singh says awesomeness redefined. VeVe light boxes by John Sims says I received a special delivery in the mail this week, and I unboxed these very limited VeVe light boxes. Um, I think they're done by Jan Collects, which is really great. Um, oh, Elon Musk says Grok is parroting legacy media, and they are working to fix it. BlackRock yesterday bought $639.2 million worth of Bitcoin. Do you think they're cared about? Do you think they care about war in the Middle East? Probably not. They're just buying this dip. Whales are buying the dip. Baby Chavez and his friends. That is 5 cent on my right, and that is the Swerve and Zervan on my left. And then I had a very shiny face that night. It was me. We had a lot of fun stuff. BlackRock bought another $36.7 million worth of Ethereum. While retail is panicking, whales are buying. JP Morgan is launching a pilot for JPMD, a dollar deposit token on Coinbase's base blockchain. Pokemon Yellow released 25 years ago on June 16th. Love that. I remember getting that game, special Pikachu edition. I remember being like, oh, bro, so good. We're getting the count. The count is back. I remember like 15 years ago, something like that. The count had there was a YouTube video of the count, like on the count was like censored. Like in his song, he's like, I count 1, 2. Like it was his normal, like he counts and he says, when I'm by myself, like when I'm only one of me, I count myself. And in like the censored version, it's like when I'm alone, I pleat myself, and it sounds like it's a naughty version. It's hilarious. It was 15 years ago. Now I don't know. Being used on the I'm serious. Also, an Iranian crypto exchange, Nobitex, was hacked for $48 million. They were sent to Tron Wallet. It was called TK fuck IRGC terrorist no bit X. Like that's a literal. Oh my god, that is absolutely wild that it was hacked and sent there. Also, a billion USDT got minted at the Treasury yesterday. Actually, that was this morning. A billion USDT got minted at the Tether Treasury. A lot of money going into crypto. 81.7 million has been hacked from the Iranian crypto exchange. Oh my God, that is nuts. And Canada launches its first spot XRP ETF. I think that's bullish for XRP. And again, I have a bunch of work I do have to get to. We will have another live tomorrow. I promise. I love you all. Class dismissed, and I have over $250 million only now, and more to come. And I will. I'll try to get more companies to get OMI on their balance sheet, and then daCAT too. All right, bye. I love you all. Class dismissed. Bye.